Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope all of you are doing great. So the topic that we are going to continue is bank reconciliation. I had already shared a video on this topic previously as well, and in that video we had a look at how we record transactions done with the bank and how the bank also records the same transactions in a T account maintained by the bank for us. So and we also had a look at how there could be a difference between the balance that we think we have in the bank where compared to the balance that the bank statement shows. And we also had a look at what are some of the reasons due to which this difference arises. So today we are briefly going to discuss those reasons again, so that we remember them, and then we are going to have a look at what the process of bank reconciliation actually is, right? So to start off with, we should remember that all the transactions that we do with the bank are obviously recorded in a T account named bank, just like this, right? And since bank is an asset for us, all the deposits that we make in the bank are recorded on the debit side, and all the withdrawals that we do from the bank account are recorded on the credit side. All right. Now obviously when we are maintaining a bank account, we record all the transactions done with the bank in this T account. At the same time, the bank also is a business, right? So the bank also records all the transactions that we do with the bank in a T account named obviously for the business, and the bank also records all the transactions done with us, राइट. सो जैसे हम ट्रांजेक्शन्स को रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं अपने पास अपने बिजनेस के लिए, सिमिलरली बैंक भी अपने पास इन सब ट्रांजेक्शन्स को रिकॉर्ड कर रहा है अपने लिए, अपने रिकॉर्ड के लिए, राइट. सो द डिफरेंस वंस अगेन इज दैट द बैंक रिकॉर्ड्स द डिपॉजिट्स दैट वी मेक ऑन द क्रेडिट साइड. Why? Because the money that we deposit in the bank is an asset for us, right? So we record it on the debit side. Why? Because our asset is going up. But that same money is not an asset for the bank, it is a liability for the bank. Why? Because the money does not belong to the bank, it belongs to us. So whenever we want, the bank will be liable to pay us, right? So whenever we deposit more money into the bank's liability goes up. So all the deposits that we make in our bank account, the bank actually credits it. ठीक है, हमारे टी अकाउंट में बैंक उसको क्रेडिट कर रहा होता है. वंस अगेन, हम इस डिपॉजिट्स को डेबिट क्यों कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि हमारा एसेट बढ़ रहा है. उसी डिपॉजिट को बैंक क्रेडिट क्यों कर रहा है? क्योंकि बैंक की लायबिलिटी बढ़ रही है. ठीक है. Now on the other hand, whenever we make withdrawals, we withdraw money from the bank account, we record it on the credit side, whereas the bank records it on the debit side. Why do we credit it? Because our asset is going down. ठीक है. Whereas बैंक उसको डेबिट क्यों कर रहा है? क्योंकि बैंक की लायबिलिटी कम हो रही है यहाँ पर. ठीक है. ओके, सो इन दिस आई एडेड समथिंग. यहाँ पर मैंने लिख दिया है कि यहाँ पर लायबिलिटी बैंक की बढ़ रही है इसलिए बैंक ने इसको क्रेडिट किया हुआ है, और यहाँ पर लायबिलिटी कम हो रही है इसलिए बैंक ने इसको डेबिट किया हुआ है. एंड हमारे लिए यहाँ पर एसेट बढ़ रहा है इसीलिए हमने इसको डेबिट किया हुआ है, यहाँ पर एसेट कम हो रहा है इसीलिए हमने इसको क्रेडिट किया हुआ है. सो एसेंशियली व्हाट डज इट मीन? इट मीन्स एवरी ट्रांजेक्शन दैट वी रिकॉर्ड on the debit side in the bank account, the bank is going to credit it. ठीक है. एंड सिमिलरली जो भी ट्रांजेक्शन मैं अपने बैंक अकाउंट में क्रेडिट कर रहा हूँ, बैंक उसको अपने पास किस साइड पर रिकॉर्ड कर रहा होगा? डेबिट साइड पर, राइट. सो इट इज़ ऑपोजिट. नाउ सम ऑफ द रीजंस जिनकी वजह से देयर इज़ अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन द बैंक अकाउंट एंड द बैलेंस एज पर द बैंक स्टेटमेंट, वो रीजंस यहाँ पर लिखे हुए हैं. द फर्स्ट इज क्रेडिट ट्रांसफ़र, money deposited by customer directly in the bank, or any money added to our bank account which we do not know about. तो हमने उसको obviously अपने पास कैश बुक में रिकॉर्ड नहीं किया होगा. सो दैट मीन्स कि वो हमारे कैश बुक में मिसिंग है. So these are basically entries which are recorded in the bank statement. बैंक ने इनको अपने पास रिकॉर्ड किया हुआ है, बट हमने इनको अपनी कैश बुक में रिकॉर्ड नहीं किया. सो दीज आर मिसिंग फ्रॉम द कैश बुक. तो अब हमने इनको अपनी कैश बुक में रिकॉर्ड क्यों नहीं किया है? बिकॉज वी हैड नो आइडिया दैट दीज ट्रांजेक्शन्स टुक प्लेस. So when we get the bank statement and we actually get to know that these transactions took place, then we update our cash book and record these in the cash book as well. Okay? So these are all those transactions that we've already done in the last video, due to which there can be a difference between the balance as per the cash book as well as the balance as per the bank statement. Alright? So the first one is credit transfer. किसी ने हमारे बैंक अकाउंट में डिपॉजिट करा दिए पैसे, हमें नहीं पता था, तो हमने उसको अपने पास रिकॉर्ड भी नहीं किया. अब जब हमें पता लग गया है तो वी शुड ऐड इट टू द कैश बुक, राइट. हम अपनी कैश बुक में इसको डेबिट साइड पे रिकॉर्ड करेंगे. स्टैंडिंग ऑर्डर डायरेक्ट डेबिट इज मनी पेड टू सप्लायर डायरेक्टली बाय द बैंक, बट ऑब्वियसली वी डोंट नो अबाउट इट. So what we are going to do now is subtract this from the cash book balance. The third one is bank charges or interest charge. Once again, this is money deducted by the bank or withdrawn from our bank account, but we did not record this. So now what we have to do is we should subtract this from the cash book. The fourth one was interest received or dividends received. Once again, this is money added to our bank account or deposited, and obviously we had no idea about it, so we did not record it. Now we should add it to the cash book balance. Dishonored check, once again we already know about this. When a check is returned, and obviously when the check was returned we had no idea about it, so we did not record it. But now that we get to know that the check is returned, what we do is we subtract this from the cash book. All right. Okay, moving on. These are some of the entries which are recorded in the cash book but not on the bank statement. So these are entries which we have recorded, we have already recorded in the cash book. हमारी cash book में हमने इनको record कर लिया है, but ये बैंक स्टेटमेंट में रिकॉर्डेड नहीं है, बैंक स्टेटमेंट में मिसिंग है. इसका मतलब बैंक ने इनको अभी तक रिकॉर्ड नहीं किया है. तो बैंक ने इनको क्यों रिकॉर्ड नहीं किया है? बिकॉज बैंक को अभी पता नहीं है कि ये ट्रांजेक्शन्स हुई हैं. So for example, यहाँ लिखा है for these we will have to correct the bank statement. Now once again, this bank statement, ये जो बैंक स्टेटमेंट हमें बैंक भेजता है, ये बैंक ने बनाई है, right? So हम इसको करेक्ट नहीं कर सकते. So instead what we do is we prepare a bank reconciliation statement, जिसका फॉर्मेट अभी हम आगे जाके वीडियो में देखेंगे. Alright? Now first of all, what were unpresented checks? These were checks that we paid to someone, but the other party did not present the checks to the bank for payment. So हमारे अकाउंट से अभी तक ये पैसे डिडक्ट नहीं हुए हैं, जबकि हम समझ रहे थे कि ये बैंक से डिडक्ट हो गए हैं. ठीक है. So what we have to do is we should subtract this from the bank statement. What does this mean? We'll find out later on in the video. The second thing which was already discussed in the last video was uncredited checks or lodgements. These are basically checks that are received by us and deposited into the bank account, but these weren't added to the bank yet. So maybe these will be added to our bank account in a couple of days, but right now they haven't been added. Why? Because maybe they are in the process of clearing. Now once again, the process of clearing has already been discussed in the class as well as the last video, right? Okay, so then we move on to the process of bank reconciliations, and the first step that we do to reconcile the bank statement is we do cash book updation. Now what do we mean by cash book updation? This means that obviously we've already made a cash book, and in that cash book we have the bank columns, और उन bank columns में हमने वो transactions record किए हैं जो हमने बैंक के साथ किए हैं. and उन transactions में if anything is missing, any transaction is missing, we update the cash book and record that transaction. Alright, and then if there are any transactions that are missing in the bank statement, for those transactions we make a bank reconciliation statement, right? Now for both these steps, we'll discuss these steps in detail, and we'll also practice a question. I'll also solve a question for you in the video, so that you have an idea of how we prepare, how we do the bank reconciliation. All right. Okay, so this is basically how we do cash book updation. यहाँ पर लिखा हुआ है bank columns only. Why? Because we are dealing with the bank reconciliation, so we are only concerned about what we record in the bank columns of the cash book, not the cash columns. Why? Because cash columns, they don't need reconciliation. So these are basically, this is a T account, so this is, you can assume that this is the bank's T account. So when some entries are missing in the bank columns of a cash book, these are usually where we record them, right? So the balance brought down can be on the debit side, it can also be on the credit side. When is it going to be on the credit side? In the case of a bank overdraft, right? Why is the balance going to be on the credit side in the case of a bank overdraft? Because that is a liability for us, right? And if the balance is on the debit side, that means that obviously it is an asset for us. All right, so these are the entries that might be missing in the cash book, and we need to record them. So direct credits, money deposited by someone directly in our bank account, हमने उनको रिकॉर्ड नहीं किया है, तो इफ़ वी वांट टू अपडेट आवर कैश बुक, तो हम उसको अपने कैश बुक में डेबिट साइड पर रिकॉर्ड कर देंगे. वाई आर वी रिकॉर्डिंग इट ऑन द डेबिट साइड? बिकॉज द मनी हैज़ बीन रिसीव्ड बाय अस, सो द मनी दैट वी हैव इन द बैंक अकाउंट इज गोइंग अप, राइट? Similarly, if we have received any dividends, now once again, because of these dividends, the balance in our bank account is going up, so we are going to record these dividends on the debit side. Similarly, if there is any interest received by us, in our bank account, it is deposited, so once again the balance in the bank account is going to go up, so it is going to be recorded on the debit side. And bank gyro is basically similar to direct credits. So when money is deposited by someone directly into our bank account, once again the money that we have in the bank is going to increase, so that is why this is also going to be recorded on the debit side. Now on the credit side, the first thing you can see is dishonored checks. Now why are these dishonored checks on the credit side? This is because जब हमने चेक रिसीव किया होगा और उसको अपने बैंक अकाउंट में डिपॉजिट किया होगा, तो जब हमने उसको बैंक में डिपॉजिट किया होगा तो उसको अपने पास यहाँ डेबिट साइड पर रिकॉर्ड किया होगा. बट नाउ आफ्टर रिसीविंग द बैंक स्टेटमेंट वी गेट टू नो दैट द चेक वाज एक्चुअली डिसऑनर्ड, यानी उसके पैसे हमें नहीं मिले, तो वी रिकॉर्ड दैट डिसऑनर्ड चेक ऑन द क्रेडिट साइड नाउ. ठीक है, लेटर ऑन इसकी अब एग्जाम्पल आएगी हमारे पास, तो इट विल बी मच क्लियरर. एंड देयर माइट बी सम इंटरेस्ट चार्ज्ड और बैंक चार्जेस जो हमें बैंक ने चार्ज किया हो, तो वो हमारे बैंक अकाउंट में से डिडक्ट होंगे दोनों चीज़ें, इसलिए दोनों हमारे पास हमारी कैश बुक में क्रेडिट साइड पे आ रहे हैं. ठीक है, वाई? बिकॉज द मनी दैट वी हैव इन द बैंक अकाउंट इज गोइंग डाउन, हमारा एसेट कम हो रहा है. सिमिलरली स्टैंडिंग ऑर्डर, दिस वॉज ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड इन द लास्ट वीडियो दैट व्हेन वी इंस्ट्रक्ट द बैंक टू मेक अ सर्टेन अमाउंट ऑफ पेमेंट ऑन आवर बिहाफ, तो बैंक हमसे पूछे बगैर हमारे अकाउंट से पैसे डिडक्ट करके वो पेमेंट कर देता है. तो वंस अगेन हमारे अकाउंट में पैसे कम होंगे, दैट इज़ वाई दिस इज़ गोइंग टू बी रिकॉर्डेड ऑन द क्रेडिट साइड. डायरेक्ट डेबिट्स, दिस इज़ ऑल्सो सिमिलर टू स्टैंडिंग ऑर्डर. सो इन दिस केस ऑल्सो द बैंक विदाउट टेलिंग अस, विदाउट आस्किंग अस, हमारे बैंक में से अमाउंट डिडक्ट कर लेता है, जस्ट लाइक इट डज इन बैंक चार्जेस, राइट? सो इससे भी हमारे बैंक अकाउंट में पैसे कम होंगे, इसीलिए इसको भी हम हमेशा क्रेडिट साइड पे रिकॉर्ड करेंगे. ठीक है, सो दिस वाज बेसिकली अ ब्रीफ इंट्रो हाउ वी अपडेट द कैश बुक. Okay, so that brings us to the format for bank reconciliation statement. In the last step, you saw that we updated the cash book. अपडेशन का मतलब ये था कि जो एंट्रीज कैश बुक में मिसिंग थी वो हमने अपनी कैश बुक में अपडेट कर ली. नाउ देयर आर सम एंट्रीज विच आर मिसिंग इन द बैंक स्टेटमेंट, जो बैंक ने रिकॉर्ड नहीं किए हैं. Now again, bank statement is a document prepared by the bank, so हम उसमें कोई editing और changes नहीं कर सकते. That means that we need to prepare a bank reconciliation statement, and if our bank reconciliation statement balances, that means that in time हमारा जो बैंक के बैलेंस के साथ डिफरेंस आया है वो रिकनसाइल हो जाएगा. इसकी मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल दे सकता हूँ दैट फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने अपने पैसे काउंट किए तो मेरे पास 90 रुपीज़ थे, जबकि मेरे हिसाब से मेरे पास 100 रुपीज़ होने चाहिए थे. तो मैंने याद किया कि मेरे पास तो 100 होने चाहिए थे, बट वाई डू आई हैव 90 रुपीज़. सो देन आई रिमेंबर्ड दैट आई हैव टू रिसीव ₹10 फ्रॉम मिस्टर ए, जो उसने मुझे आज देने थे बट उसने नहीं दिए. So now I know that tomorrow he is going to give me that ₹10. So now I know that I should have had 100, but वो 10 जो मिस्टर ए के आज आने थे वो नहीं आए, वो कल आ जाएंगे. तो tomorrow I am going to have my 100 balance reconciled, right? So this is called reconciliation. कि मैं जो सोच रहा हूँ कि मेरे पास पैसे होने चाहिए थे वो क्यों नहीं है, वो डिफरेंस अगर मैंने ढूंढ लिया तो इसका मतलब I have reconciled my balance, right? So how do we prepare the bank reconciliation statement? We start with the balance as per the bank statement. So there are two ways of making the bank reconciliation statement. ये पहला तरीका है. दूसरा तरीका इसी का ऑपोजिट है, वो भी मैं आपको सिखाऊंगा later on in the video. In fact after this. So we start with the balance as per bank statement and we add uncredited checks to it. Why do we do this? Let's say in the bank statement, let's say I have 1,000 rupees. ठीक है. Now I know that I have deposited ₹600 into the bank account, but they currently do not reflect in the bank statement. But I know कि वो 600 rupees अभी नहीं आए, but परसों तक या कल तक या in a couple of days वो आ जाएंगे. So I can right now safely assume that 600 will be added to my bank account. So that means कि 1,000 रुपये जो मेरे बैंक स्टेटमेंट का अभी बैलेंस है उसमें वो 600 आ जाएंगे, तो मेरे बैंक स्टेटमेंट का बैलेंस 1,600 हो जाएगा. इट विल नॉट रिमेन 1,000. ठीक है, इसीलिए मैं इन अनक्रेडिटेड चेक्स को ऐड कर रहा हूँ. द सेकेंड स्टेप इज आई सब्ट्रैक्ट अनप्रेजेंटेड चेक्स. ठीक है. Now why do I do this? Let's say I know that I've issued checks of ₹300. मैंने 300 का चेक किसी को दिया है, बट उसने अभी तक मेरे बैंक में उस चेक को प्रेजेंट नहीं किया, तो इसका मतलब अभी तक मेरे बैंक अकाउंट में से वो 300 डिडक्ट नहीं हुए, कटे नहीं हैं. बट आई नो दैट टुमारो ही इज़ गोइंग टू प्रेजेंट दैट चेक ऑफ 300 एंड टुमारो 300 मेरे बैंक अकाउंट में से निकल जाएंगे. ठीक है. सो आई नो कि वो 300 जब निकल जाएंगे मेरे बैंक अकाउंट में, तो मेरे बैंक अकाउंट में फिर 1,600 नहीं रहेंगे. कितने हो जाएंगे? 1,300 हो जाएंगे. एंड इफ़ दिस 1,300 इज़ इक्वल टू माई कैश बुक, इसका मतलब मेरी रिकन्सिलिएशन ठीक से हो गई है. तो इसका मतलब ये है कि मैं सोच रहा था कि मेरे बैंक अकाउंट में 1,300 होने चाहिए. जब मेरी बैंक स्टेटमेंट आई तो उसके हिसाब से मेरे बैंक अकाउंट में 1,000 थे. लेकिन जब मैंने ये रिकन्सिलिएशन का प्रोसेस किया तो मुझे पता लगा कि अल्टीमेटली मेरे बैंक स्टेटमेंट में 1,300 का बैलेंस जो मैं एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा हूँ ये हो जाएंगे. ओके, सो नाउ व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू इज वी आर गोइंग टू सॉल्व एन एग्जांपल एंड उससे यू विल हैव एन आइडिया ऑफ हाउ द बैंक रिकन्सिलिएशन इज डन. ठीक है. सो दिस इज़ अ प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चन एंड द फॉलोइंग एक्सट्रैक्ट फ्रॉम टेकन वाज एबीज कैश बुक फ्रॉम एबीज कैश बुक ऑन 30 September 2015. तो ये कैश बुक का आपका एक्सट्रैक्ट है. ऑब्वियसली दिस इज़ द डेबिट साइड ऑफ द कैश बुक एंड दिस इज़ द क्रेडिट साइड, राइट. एंड Abby received the following bank statement on 1st October. So 30th September 2015 को the month ended. The next day a bank statement was received and this is obviously the bank statement and it obviously was sent by the bank. Now when we received the bank statement we compared the balances. So according to our cash book at the end of the month we had a balance of 705 whereas according to the bank statement we had a balance of 1358. So obviously there is a डिफरेंस. हम समझ रहे हैं कि हमारे बैंक में 705 है, बैंक कह रहा है नहीं आपके अकाउंट में 1358 है. Now obviously it is a good thing that we have more money into our bank account, but in a business you need to reconcile कि ये ज़्यादा पैसे हैं तो क्यों हैं, you know, कहाँ से आए ये पैसे. So for that obviously you need to do the bank reconciliation. Now obviously the first step is you update your cash book, right? Okay, so we now start the question, and the first step is cash book updation. So you need to update your cash book for any entries that are missing in it. And how do you start that updation? You start with the balance that was there in your cash book at the end of the month, which is 705. So you start updating your cash book with your previous ending balance, right? तो मेरी जब कैश बुक बना चुका हूँ जो मैं, उसमें ये बैलेंस आ रहा था, तो अब मुझे अपडेट करना है इस बैलेंस को, तो मैं इसी बैलेंस से अपनी कैश बुक स्टार्ट करूँगा. नाउ व्हाट डू आई डू? It was already explained in the last video that everything that we record on the debit side will be recorded on the credit side by the bank in the credit column, right? Similarly, all the entries that we record on the credit side will be recorded on the debit side in the debit column by the bank, right? Why? Because obviously these are opposites. The money that we have in the bank is an asset for us, whereas for the bank it is a liability, right? सो दैट मीन्स जो भी मेरी कैश बुक में डेबिट साइड पे है वो मेरी बैंक स्टेटमेंट में क्रेडिट साइड पे होना चाहिए, और जो मेरे पास क्रेडिट साइड पे है वो बैंक स्टेटमेंट में डेबिट साइड पे होना चाहिए. तो हमें कैसे पता लगेगा कि कैश बुक में कौन सी एंट्रीज मिसिंग है दैट वी नीड टू अपडेट? वी विल हैव टू कंपेयर. सो फॉर एग्जांपल, in the bank statement in the credit column we have 475, right? This figure. Now this should be on the debit side in my cash book and it is there, right? So इसका मतलब इस एंट्री को मुझे अपडेट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, this is already there. Now on the credit side the next amount that we have is 150 and it is also there in my cash book. The next amount on the credit side in the bank statement is 980, which once again should be there on the debit side of my cash book and it is already there. So I don't need to update anything on the debit side of my cash book. Why? Because all the entries that are there in the bank statement, they match with my cash book and all the entries are there, right? So my debit side is basically correct, right? So then I'll move on, and now I'm going to compare the debit column of my bank statement with the credit column of my cash book. So on the debit column, in the bank statement I have 102 and this entry is already there on the credit side of my cash book. So once again I don't need to update this. इसके बीच में आप कुछ वो एंट्रीज भी देख रहे होंगे जो मेरी कैश बुक में अवेलेबल हैं बट मेरे बैंक स्टेटमेंट में मिसिंग है. फॉर एग्जांपल ये जो 849 है ये मेरे कैश बुक में है बट ये मेरे बैंक स्टेटमेंट में कहीं नज़र नहीं आ रही. बट इन एंट्रीज़ को फ़िलहाल हमने इग्नोर करना है. वाई? बिकॉज दीज आर एंट्रीज़ विच आर मिसिंग इन द बैंक स्टेटमेंट. सो जो बैंक स्टेटमेंट में चीज़ें मिसिंग होती हैं दे आर टेकन इन द बैंक रिकॉन्सिलिएशन स्टेटमेंट. ठीक है, तो इसके बाद पहला स्टेप हमारा कैश बुक अपडेशन होता है. जब हम वो कर लेंगे तो फिर हम बैंक रिकॉन्सिलिएशन स्टेटमेंट बनाएंगे. ठीक है, ओके. सो let me quickly erase it. All right, so now once again I have 102 in the debit column in my bank statement. I have the same amount here. Then I have 35, 150 and 250. All these three amounts are not here on the credit side of my cash book. So this means that these three amounts should have been recorded on the credit side in my cash book, but they are not there. That means I missed them or I didn't know about them. So that is why I made no entries for them. So now we are one by one going to record these on the credit side of my cash book, right? So the first one is 35 and you can see that these are bank charges, right? You don't need to write the dates. Why? Because obviously we know that this process of bank reconciliation is being done at the end of the month. So this 35 I'm going to enter on the credit side of my cash book updation, and I'll write bank charges. Okay, so I've entered this 35, then the next entry is 150, and this is NG dishonored. So this is a dishonored check which should have been recorded on the credit side of my cash book, but I did not record it. Now I'm going to enter it on the credit side of my cash book. I'll write NG. Alright, then the next thing is I have 250 here which should have been recorded, but that wasn't, and YJ Electric. So I'm going to record 250 here, and I'm going to write YJ Electric. Alright, so now you can see that I've already updated my cash book. So जो भी entries मेरे cash book में missing थी वो मैंने record कर लिए. The next step is I'm going to balance my cash book off, right? So 705 is going to be the total. I'm going to have a balance carried down here, which is going to be 270. So the balance carried down is 270, and obviously same is going to be the balance brought down. Now you can see that there is still a difference. So after updating the cash book, I'm getting a balance of 270, whereas the bank statement says that you have 1358 in your bank account. So obviously there is still a difference, which will I hope be reconciled when we make the bank reconciliation statement. So the next step basically becomes making a bank reconciliation statement. Alright, so now we are going to make a bank reconciliation statement for this question. Okay, so we have done the cash book updation. Now we are going to do the bank reconciliation. Now how do we start the bank reconciliation? We start the bank reconciliation with the balance as per the bank statement, which is 1358 in this case. We can verify that by having a look at the question. This is the balance as per the bank statement. Now in the bank reconciliation statement, we basically reconcile for things which are missing in the bank statement. So in the first step, what we did was we had a look at which were the entries that were missing here, right, in the cash book. But now we are going to have a look at entries which are missing here in the bank statement, right? So we are going to compare these two again and have a look at which are the entries that are missing in the bank statement. So the entries that I have on the debit side of my cash book here should be recorded, should be there in the credit column in my bank statement. So we start, this is obviously the opening balance, so we don't consider this. So the first amount that we have is 475. This should be there, yes. Then we have 150, this is also there. Then we have 980, this is also there. Then we have 625. So this amount of 625, this was received by Samsung. This should have been recorded here, but this is not here, this is missing. So how do we know what is this, which amount is this? So we have recorded this amount on the debit side, which means we must have received this check, right? That is why we deposited this check into the bank account. How do we know that we deposited this check into the bank account? Because it is recorded on the debit side of my cash book. So I only record money that I receive on the debit side of my cash book. So I must have received this check of 625, right? But this is not currently reflecting in my bank statement. So this means that this is at the moment an uncredited amount, which means कि ये amount, ये check मैंने अपने बैंक अकाउंट में डिपॉजिट किया है, बट ये अभी तक मेरे बैंक अकाउंट में ऐड नहीं हुआ. तो in the bank reconciliation, what I do is I add uncredited checks. All right, and you could also write uncredited deposits, and the amount is 625. Okay, and that makes the total 1358 plus 625 1983. All right. Okay, we once again come back to the question, and so the debit side is now compared with the credit column of the bank statement. Now we move to the other side. So the amounts that I've recorded here on the credit side of my cash book should be here in the debit column of my bank statement, right? So I have 102. I also have 102 in the bank statement. Then I have 849, which is not here. Then I have 364, once again not here. And then I have 500, once again not here. So these three amounts, 849, 364 and 500, these three amounts are missing from my bank statement. Then now how do I know which amounts are these? So I have recorded these amounts on the credit side. That means that I must have paid these checks or paid these amounts to these people. So 849 must have been paid to Yang Stores, 364 must have been paid to Lamb, and 500 must have been paid to Zevera. So these three amounts were paid to these people, but these amounts have not yet been deducted from the bank account here, right? So this means that these are currently checks which are unpresented. So I have given these checks to these people, but they have not yet presented it to the bank. Okay, so those three amounts should have been deducted from the bank statement balance, but they were not, but eventually they will be deducted. So to reconcile, I deduct them right now from my bank statement balance, and the answer is going to be wait a minute, 270, right? And this 270 is basically the balance as per my cash book. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check whether this 270 was the balance as per my updated cash book. Yes, it was. So my updated cash book balance was 270, and after preparing the bank reconciliation statement, I'm getting the same balance. So that means that I've reconciled my bank account properly. Now I also said that there are two ways to prepare a bank reconciliation statement. So this is one of the ways, and now I'm going to show you what would have happened if we had made the bank reconciliation statement using the second method. All right. Okay, so this is basically the second method of preparing a bank reconciliation statement. In the first method, what we did was we started with the balance as per bank statement, but here we are starting with the balance as per cash book. So this is absolutely opposite of that previous method. This is the solution using the previous method. The first method, we started with balance as per the bank statement. Now when we started with the balance as per the bank statement, we added the uncredited checks. Now in this method, what we are going to do is we are going to subtract the uncredited checks. So the entries are going to be reversed, right? Similarly, in the first method, we subtracted the unpresented checks, right? Like here, and this time around we are going to add the unpresented checks here. Okay. Now you can see that in the second method, the balance that we got at the end is basically the balance as per the bank statement. Now to verify that we have done the reconciliation correctly, you can have a look at the bank statement, and the balance is 135. So these are the two methods. When you start with your balance as per the bank statement, you end at the balance as per cash book. And if you start with your balance as per the cash book, you end at your balance as per the bank statement. So this is basically how you do bank reconciliation. In this video, I solved a question where you needed to compare your cash book with your bank statement to find things which were missing in either your cash book or your bank statement. I'm going to make another video in which we are going to solve a question which is basically, in which you have statements. So you don't have a cash book and a bank statement in which you can compare things which are missing. So that question is also, a possibility. So we should also know how to do those types of questions. Now a similar question to the one that we've just done in this video, I'm going to share a question in the next slide, and you are now required to practice this question and see if you understand this process of bank reconciliation or not. And as stated earlier, if there is any confusion regarding the video or regarding the process of bank reconciliation, regarding the question that you will be doing, you can obviously send me a personal message on WhatsApp. All right, thank you so much.